breakfast? Come and get it with Peter Russell-Clarke.
Yes, it's that time again. We're lucky enough to be joined in the studio by Peter Russell-Clarke.
That's not true.
What's that?
That you're lucky.
Why not?
Lucky to have me here.
It's an honour, sir. An honour and a privilege.
You're an icon, Peter.
You're an icon, Peter.
Really? I wondered what was uncomfortable in me britches.
I don't know what that means.
Well, we are filling in for Robbie Marique and the doctor this week, so it's very good to have our first Peter Russell-Clarke in the flesh experience. What have you got in store for
Because
us?
you blokes are from Warrnambool,
Yes.
I
We are,
thought,
Tom and I.
I thought we could talk about lamb chops. But he's a veggie. Tom's a veggie who doesn't eat lamb chops. Fish is off the menu. So that's very good from Warrnambool.
What is your opinion on vegetarians, Peter? Are you pro them? Are you against them?
I think they're full of pimples and wobble when they walk, but quite nice chaps that I've met, and lasses too. I've got really nothing against them, but you'll find that they don't last that long.
Oh, yes.
You've really got to get into one of those steaks or something.
Well, you've got
I
the
don't
pimples
mind-
right in Tom's case.
Yeah, I don't mind
Peter.
people not eating steaks, but what about fish? I mean, surely you eat, and eggs, for God's sake.
I do eat eggs. That's true.
Got to eat eggs.
Sorry,
Anyway, I thought
I
we'd talk
interrupted
about
you.
wind, because you blokes got wind farms down there.
We do.
And
Around
that
the
meant
southwest
beans
area, yeah.
to me. And
Can I ask you why that means beans?
farting.
I thought it'd be like the
Gas.
grew beans nearby. No,
That's how the
I'm
dinosaurs
getting the
vanished,
subliminal.
you know.
You've embarrassed yourself there, Alex.
Sorry.
See, the alley-oop. Remember alley-oop, the caveman? He used to run round and cook all sorts of things once they'd invented fire, and often that was dinosaur steaks, and dinosaurs didn't actually have a good digestive system, and so therefore they farted a lot.
Okay.
And that farting caused the dinosaurs to vanish from the world.
Where?
You're not a scientist, are you, Peter?
But
no.
my God, he's good with food. God, he's good with it.
Well, see, beans, you can buy tins of beans very, very cheaply. A lot of people say the trouble is that they're imported, but then I thought, well, bugger it, so were my parents imported.
This is true.
You know,
And they turned out all right.
that's all right. But if you want dried beans, all you do is soak them overnight, and you change the water, not your own, the water in the beans, and the next morning you throw them out and use the tin stuff. Usually. But if you wanted to cook them, we'll give you a little recipe in a minute. But see, this wind business, I was thinking, wind's important to us all because it does nothing. It's a bit like ABC radio. A lot of noise.
Hang on.
A lot of noise, but no bloody result.
Them's fighting words.
Oh.
All right,
I
well,
think we do.
we'll get into it. We'll have a couple of songs and come back for the rest of
See,
it.
the Zeppelin blew up, didn't it? What was that full of? Bloody gas, wasn't it? Just goes to show. When you've got gas,
Yeah.
you either expel it or you blow up. If you expel it, nobody likes you. If you don't expel it, you blow up. So bugger it. What do? I'm fucked if I know when I come to think of it, to tell you the truth. If we do the recipe, then the recipe is going to be a very serious one because it's stuff that college students can do in their own kitchens. And in fact, I used to cook in the toilet in an advertising agency, and when they found out that I was making the art department sandwiches in the toilet, they got rid of me, which I thought was a bit rough.
You're listening to Triple J this morning.
That's what
We'll
I
be
want
back
to
very shortly with a recipe from Peter Russell-Clarke. The man, the legend, joins us in the studio this morning. He's a legend of the kitchen, an Einstein of the kitchen.
know.
And
An Einstein.
yeah. I thought it worked with the science.
That's where you
thing.
get the hairs in your soup, isn't it? Because he had funny hair that kept falling out. Actually, he used to have a few mistresses, which rather amazed me. Such an ugly man.
horrible.
Oh, so
He
that
married
mistresses.
his
Yeah.
cousin.
He did, didn't
Yeah,
he?
didn't he?
Yeah, that's where he found out that the apple fell from the tree. That was Newton. I
That was
think.
Newton many years before. All right, now let's get on to it. Let's get
All
on
right,
to
the
the
beans.
recipe. Hit it.
Get a pan, put in some olive oil, drop in some garlic, either squashed or sliced, some onion. When that just warmed through, tip in some beans, and then I thought, why not a bit of honey? Because I read somewhere the other day that honey and cinnamon is very good for you. It clears up ingrown toenails, pimples, all sorts of things.
Yeah, okay.
No, really?
Yeah, that's what they say. I'm buggered if I know, but that's what they say.
I think the combination of honey and onion would be very interesting.
Yeah, honey and onion is good, and garlic and honey is very good. See, a lot of people eat carrots that are cooked in garlic and honey.
Yes.
It's like, right. Well, why not bloody beans? Why do we just stick to one thing? It's like, you know, with a marriage, you never go outside the door, do you? Well, I don't. I've married 50 years. Haven't had time to. So you've got...
Why not?
Can I just say,
Exactly,
Peter's wife is
exactly.
in the studio. The wife is in the studio.
What do you think about it, Janet?
No comment. comment.
No
Well,
comment.
she's in the studio, but not in the family way of the ABC. So we
Okay,
don't
because you
have
have
to-
left the house today, but Janet has come along
Exactly.
as a bit of a chaperone.
Exactly. So we've got these beans. We just warm them through with the honey and then a sprinkle of cinnamon. Right, so you've got the onions, garlic, honey and a sprinkle of cinnamon. If you wanted to, you can put anything else in it. For instance, broccoli, we don't have to cook that with the whole flowerette. You can get a pair of scissors and just snip through the top of the broccoli. So
So
all
you just get the little
bit-
leaves, as they say.
Yeah, all those little sort of flower heads become like a sprinkle over it. And that's bloody delicious, served on toast. But don't put butter on the toast. Put tahini. Instead of
What's
hummus.
tahini?
Tahini is ground up sesame seeds.
Okay.
You buy it in a bottle,
It's sort of a paste.
like a paste.
Okay.
But it's very good. It's what you make hummus from. You know,
Right.
the dips,
Yep.
which is a bloody terrible word, dips. So you just spread your bread with tahini, put your beans and all this other bullshit on it, and it's fucking terrific. I tell you right now, I've got to go. Hooroo.
Peter Russell-Clarke, thank you so much.
Great pleasure.